me know if you, come on. All right, bye. Hello everybody and welcome to Chinese Taipei. This is the SBL Finals, the 2020 SBL Finals between Yulon LUXGEN and Taiwan Beer. Yulon winning that first game 88-83. So this best of seven series here in the Haoyu International Stadium at New Taipei City. Well, it's going to be hosting this game. Unfortunately, we will not have fans, obviously for health reasons, and the reason why is because of the coronavirus pandemic that has shut down much of the basketball, most of the basketball, and most of sporting action, in fact, all around the world. But this will be played here today, and we expect, with the stakes as high as they are, to have a riveting encounter. It's a best of seven series. Of course, the SBL goes all the way back to that 2003-2004 campaign when Yulon won the title. And in fact, that was the first of a three-peat for Yulon. So they are an historic club in this competition, and they will be going up against a Taiwan Beer team that then won in years 4 and years 5. So we have a couple of very interesting storylines here with these two historic clubs battling away and trying to get also known as Douglas Creighton, and their coach, Lee Te. Other players, Lee Tae-wei, Lu Quan Liang, Sim Bular. For you Canadians that might be tuning in, of course, Canada's Sim Bular. The giant 7-footer, Lin Yi-wei, Lu Chi-er, and Guo Chao-nan. The referees lining up for today's game. And you can see all concentration for both of them here as they get ready to officiate this game 2 here in New Taipei City. Well, you talk about Taiwan Beer, and we've got Kentrell Barkley, who hails from North Carolina, from Durham, which is where he played high school basketball. Did not go to Duke University in Durham, but rather went across the state to East Carolina, spent 3 seasons there. Now he's playing professionally. Gang Wangqi, Huang Zhonghong, the national team player, wears number 11. Another national team player, Chang Wu-an, and Cho Po-jun, Huang Zhonghong, those national team players. They will be joined as well by national team player Huang Zhen. Other players would include Zhou Zhong, Wang Haoji, and Igor Zaitsev. Well, that sounds a little bit different, doesn't it? Igor Zaitsev, Ukraine international, that we've seen play a lot of basketball in Europe anyway, the past several years, and played in those Ukraine teams that were playing at Eurobasket 2013 under coach Mike Fratello, and he's been kind of a linchpin in that team ever since. So you can see everybody getting ready here in New Taipei City for the beginning of this contest, and we are expecting a good one. It was Yulon winning the first game, 88-83 over Taiwan Beer. So you can see the local tip-off time, and it's great that we have some live basketball to bring you. You might remember that the winner of last season's title was Fubon Braves. Fubon elected to play in the Asian Basketball League, which consists of teams from Thailand, Vietnam, Hong Kong, and Chinese Taipei. So that involves a little bit more travel for them, but they are not defending their title this year, and that, again, has opened up the door for us to have a couple of classic teams in Taiwan Beer and Yulon trading blows. Remember, those two teams won the first, combined anyway, first 5 titles. It was Yulon winning in years 1, 2, and 3, and then Taiwan Beer winning in year 4 and year 5. So we are about ready to tip things off. Everybody, welcome to New Taipei City. This is game 2 between Yulon, LUXGEN, and Taiwan Beer. Yulon winning game 1, 88-83. And here we are now, just minutes away from the start of game 2. And you can see the local commentators here. They haven't been prevented from coming to the action as well. You've got some local journalists, I think, that have been allowed in the arena, but because of the pandemic, of the coronavirus, basketball that has been shut down a lot of places, they have been able to come out and play these finals, but not in front of fans. So these are the fixtures. Saw game 1 already played, and that was Yulon winning that one 88-83. We've got today, tomorrow, then Sunday, and if necessary, on Tuesday and Thursday. So a lot of action coming your way here in this, what we anticipate to be a really thrilling end of season finals between Yulon and Taiwan Beer. And in these parts, these are two teams that, well, everybody recognizes, and they are excited to see them trading blows in the showpiece. So game 2 coming your way, and games 3 again on Friday, and then game 4 will be on Sunday. So we'll have the player introductions here for both teams as they come out, and it's been an interesting season for all of these, or for both of these teams here in this competition, and go through the standings. Actually, Taiwan Beer winning 25 of their 32 games and ending up in first place. And then Yulon struggled back down at 16-16, but in this 5-team league, they were able to get to the playoffs, and then they swept their semifinal series to advance to the finals. So here we are, just minutes away from game 2, and now Yulon wanting to finish the game strong. And you know what they So there he is right now, lining up and getting ready for this game. And Yulon will be more than ready, hoping to build on their confident start as they come out today here, taking on Taiwan Beer. And again, some recognizable faces for those of you who have watched this country compete in international basketball. And nothing will certainly make these guys happier than to go into the offseason on the back of a title win. Anytime you can do that in your career, it doesn't matter if there are fans in the house to watch it or not. And these guys will be excited to come out. Taiwan Beer, clearly the pressure on them as they look to bounce back. Meanwhile, you see Coach Lee T.E., who his team has the upper hand. And now he's talking through 11 Sports about the challenge, about this best of 7 series, about the whole situation, about preparing his team during these difficult times around the world because of the pandemic. But, you know, they've been able to guarantee everybody's health and safety to be able to come out and play. And certainly from our standpoint, it's great to be able to watch some live basketball here today in Chinese Taipei. So just minutes away from the start, and Lee T.E. gives his thoughts, and right ahead of this SBL Finals Game 2. So you see that was the first game, 88-83. You see the shooting numbers overall, and that three-point shooting was big for both teams. Also, the free throws perhaps could improve somewhat, but it was a close game, and it was Yulon who just had a stronger first quarter, and they used that as a platform to go out to build on and to get that win. So it was that good. It was that better first quarter they used as a launch pad to get to that game 1. So other numbers I'll let you digest as we see Yulon and Taiwan Beer getting ready again, just minutes away from the start of Game 2 here in the 17th SBL Finals. And SBL has been around since that 2003-2004 season when Yulon won the first of 3 titles. So they started out as three-peat here in the history of this competition, and now they're hoping to get another title to their long and famous history here in Chinese Taipei. But for Kentrell Barkley, see him looking up, and also the referees, a lot of basketball to be played. So here they are. They'll be blowing the whistle, and as usual, we'll expect a sterling job from those two. And these are the starting 5s for today's game. Both of these teams went heavy on a lot of minutes with their starting 5s in Game 1. And I would expect the same thing to happen today here in New Taipei City. Well, hello everybody. Welcome to New Taipei City. This is the Game 2 of the SBL Finals, the 17th SBL Finals. Igor Zaitsev, the Ukrainian, has the basketball, and he hands it off. And driving in and scoring immediately is Chinese Taipei international Chang Wu-an. So Taiwan Beer strike first. And Chang starts things off with a 3-point play, the old-fashioned way. And now he is guarding Marcus Keene, who brings the ball up the floor for Yulon. Lin sets the pick. Now Keene has it. Shot clock down to 7. Keen's going to launch it. He puts it up, and it's off the back of the iron. And the ball chased down by Cho Po-Shun. So very promising start for Taiwan Beer, who simply do not want to fall into an 0-2 hole against this Yulon team. Shot clock down to 5. Barkley steps back with the left-handed shot, rings it in from 3-point range. Well, he was wide open, so why not? And the shot clock was going down. Now stepping up and popping on the other end was number 13, LUXGEN. Now Zaitsev backing up, spins, little jump hook. Gets the ball back, puts it up with the left hand, the quick jump. Igor Zaitsev. So fast start here by Taiwan Beer. 3-point play, a 3-pointer, and now the move by Zaitsev. And the ball passed down low, gets away from Hu Kai-xiang. But I think they're going to call a foul here, so basketball will remain at this end of the floor. No foul is called, in fact. So now a foul has been called, and that one was on Chang Wu-an. Cho Jun-san, the former national team coach, looking on from the sidelines. Now Zaitsev grabs the rebound. Gets it over to Chang. Zaitsev, he can shoot it. He's a stretch 4. Or in this case, a stretch 5. Huang gets to the baseline. I think he stepped on the line. It turns it over. Stepped on the baseline. So Huang walks back, a little bit of frustration. Keen hands it off to Cho. Now it's Lu. Lu splits the defense, goes off and banks it in with a little runner. So LUXGEN cuts that deficit back to just 3 points here. Barkley, will it be 2? No, it will not this time. Off the front of the iron. Now the over-the-shoulder pass goes over to Hu. Now launching it from 3-point range is Cho, and he ties it up. Cho Po-chin. Chang gets it over to Barkley. Well, it might have had some space. He unselfishly gave it to Zaitsev. Zaitsev looked like, hey, buddy, that's your basket. You're right there. Zaitsev quizzing the referee, asking if he wasn't in the shooting motion, but they're not going to give him 2. Substitutions already. Huang comes in for Taiwan Beer, number 22. Now Barkley floats in, and with that left-handed shot misses. It was right at the rim. And a good break. Hustling back was Taiwan Beer. Now they have a chance with a 2-on-1 break, and this time Barkley does not miss. So Taiwan Beer go back in front with Barkley's 4th and 5th points of this game 2. Keen, meanwhile, dribbling up high, shares the basketball. Lu puts it up, won't go down. Huang with his first rebound since coming into the game. Barkley, that was Cho with that rebound, and now this time, once again, the aim is to try to keep Zaitsev out of the paint, and a foul has been called. Chang to Zaitsev, who turns this time a sweeping hook shot. And there for the offensive rebound, and put back is Cho Po-shun. And stretches the lead back to 4 points. 4.5 minutes into the contest in New Taipei City. The drive, the dump, and wisely taking it back out. Now Zaitsev has to play a little defense. Looking to launch it is Lin. He passes, and did he get it off in time, Lou? Well, he did not, in fact. So all the noise having to be generated by the players on the bench, or the majority of it, or might have some club officials in here making a little bit of noise, but with the coronavirus pandemic, no fans allowed into the arena, unfortunately, but that's how it goes. At least we've got the game, and it's Chang driving in, and he's fouled by Liu. Well, what can you do, Liu? You got to go over to the bench. Meanwhile, we've got our first timeout here in the opening quarter, and so far, so good for Taiwan Beer, as they have jumped out to an early lead. But this was Liu's first 2 points. And I'll just let you take in some of the early action here. Cho as well drilling his three-pointer. Both teams down on the benches hearing some instructions, and you can see Coach Lee T.E. there, the coach of Yulon, with some stern words for his team. I've yet to see Sim Bular. I'm excited to see him come out and play in this game. So Chinese Taipei, a lot to be excited about again with the SBL finals able to be played. I know there are a lot of leagues around the world that are hoping that they're going to be able to return to the court as soon as possible. But of course, the most serious matter of all is the health issue with the coronavirus pandemic. And I think patience is a virtue, and it has to be seen that way by everybody. And when it's time and when it's safe, that is when you return to the court. And for here in Chinese Taipei, it has been deemed okay to get these guys back on the court. And but again, with no fans in attendance. And again, you can see underneath the basket behind some of the journalists, they have been allowed to come in, but they are wearing face masks. So nevertheless, Chang, who had a three-point play and also scored with another basket, he now goes to the free throw line and misses the first. So Chang makes the second. And again, he's going to guard Keen as Keen brings the ball up the floor. So Keen, a quiet start by him. But again, a long way to go in this one. He's going to pull up now for three. And Zaitsev corrals the rebound. Sita Keen desperately wants to get going. Now the dump. And some substitutions. And Chang pulling up, and the jump shot is good. So 15-8. Yulon launch it, and from three-point range, and showing that nice stroke, Lee Dewey, excuse me. Well, that's appropriate. He is leading the way. Now into the corner. Chang has it. Shot clock winding down, and the three-point shot this time no good. Barkley not able to rebound it in. Keen not able to rebound it. So the basketball will stay down at this end of the floor. It was that last shot by Lee. Excuse me, that was Lin. Yeah, that was Lin who hit that three-point shot. And they'll be hoping he does it again. Zaitsev, meanwhile, catches it. Just takes a little step, and nobody there to meet him at the rim. And probably the biggest concern, really, for Yulon is how they're going to contend with Zaitsev. Well, the dribble, drive, and the dump out, and Zaitsev corrals another rebound. Now the pass out on the perimeter into Zaitsev. He goes back outside, and the shot from LUXGEN is off target. But a foul has been called, and this time a push has been called on Zaitsev. (17-11). 7 minutes into game 2. King passes from three-point range yet again from Lou. Lou likes to show you what he can do, and he does it again, a three-point shot, and cuts it back to 3 points. Zaitsev, a little pump fake, and another three attempt, and boy, rattles it in. Huang. The Taiwan beer. Now the foul out on the perimeter, and maybe Keene. He put the ball up and he scored. It's not going to count. That's probably what he needed, but now he's going to come out of the game. Lou, meanwhile, getting the job done. See, he's 2 of 3 from the floor, and he's got the 8 points. Simbular, meanwhile, is checked into the game. Here he is. Interesting matchup. And the pass down low. Simbular's. Well, Simbular fouls on Zaitsev. That's the second, if that's the case. Simbular, meanwhile, you can see he wants to make an impact. He knows that people want to get some basketball today. They're watching this game right now. This is his time to shine. Meanwhile, the drive and the pass out to Barkley. He doesn't stop. He goes all the way in, lays it up with the left hand. Now the pass to Bular. He's surrounded. Now he's going to take on Zaitsev, and he goes up, and he's just like a bull in a china shop. And he is going to go to the line for 2 free throws. Well, he's probably heard it 1,000 times. When he catches it, he's got to keep it up, and then he's got to go. And Zaitsev, well, that's a concern for Taiwan Beer. Zaitsev picking up fouls, and now he has to go to the bench. And that is a worrying development, as is the buzzer, which is continuing to ring. So hopefully we'll get that sorted out as the teams huddle up and get some instructions. There they go. They sorted that one out. Zaitsev, well, I thought they'd sorted it. There we go. Zaitsev might not be irreplaceable, but I think it's clear that Taiwan Beer need him on the court as much as possible. He's their main weapon offensively down in that low post. And I think what Zaitsev is saying is that, listen, Simbular was bowling me over. What am I supposed to do? But my lip reading skills often are not as good as I'd like them to be. But that's what they're saying. They're saying Coach as well is arguing that Bular was kind of clearing out. But whatever the case is, you have to say Yulon have struck a major blow by getting Zaitsev out of the game with foul trouble here in the early going. So Sim Bular. Sim Bular finally will go to the free throw line. His team trailing 22-14. Remember, Yulon won game one, 88-83. So, and these teams have played each other a lot this season. So there are no secrets. And there's definitely no secret when it comes to this one. Sim Bular wants to catch it low and he wants to go up strong, but he does not punish Taiwan Beer at the free throw line. Soft the release perhaps that time, but he misses both. Now Barkley has it. Barkley gets rid of it. Over to Huang. Barkley gets it back. Shot clock winding down. Barkley slips. And he's not going to be able to get up. And, well, they're not going to stop play, so Barkley has to get up to run back and play defense. He has not. Lou, meanwhile, goes in, misses, and Bular there for the putback jam. They're loving it. Big Sim Bular. He doesn't want to take free throws. He just wants to dunk the basketball, and he did that time. Nobody boxed him out. And Barkley just didn't get up. So I don't know what his injury is. We saw the drive by Lou. He missed it. And look at this. I'm not sure how much jumping was done there, but he doesn't need to. He's just got to raise those arms, get that ball up above the rim, and throw it down. Now the dump. And Bular again affecting the game, this time on defense. Lou launches it, and Barkley with the rebound. In the corner it goes, Huang, and he is short. Now the break for Yulon. Lou holds up, gets it over to Lou. And Howell, Doug Creighton also in the game right now. He's got it, he launches it, and it's good, the three-pointer. And it's back to a three-point game, there he is. So, Jin Howell or Doug Creighton gets his first 3 points of the game. Zaitsev on the bench with 3 fouls, and meanwhile, Chang comes out, and the veteran hits a very big jump shot right at the end of the quarter. Well, the action is fast, it's furious, and it's just what we need. I don't know about you guys, but man, I feel like this is the medicine that I was asking for. Some live basketball. We're bringing it to you from New Taipei City. So 24-19 is the lead at the end of one for Taiwan Beer over Yulon. Remember, it was the better start in game one that Yulon used to their advantage. They got their noses in front and stayed there. And this time it's Taiwan Beer that's come out better. And it was Chang who really kind of set the tone with that three-point play. Also, Barkley was active early on, and Zaitsev. And the big development really for Yulon was that they were able to get Zaitsev out of the game with 3 fouls following the introduction of Sim Bular. Bular missed a couple of free throws, but he did score with a putback dunk. Meanwhile, their leading scorer has been Lou, or one of their top players rather, has been Lou, coming out and pouring in 8 points. So as a reminder, this is the SBL Finals. It's the 17th SBL Finals, and this game, too, is being played in the Hao International Gym in New Taipei City. Keene, who left late in the first quarter to get a breather, is back in the game. Marcus Keene is yet to get going. Sim Bular, Zaitsev's going to come back into the contest. He's going to have to play smart. He's on Doug Creighton. And Keene this time kind of floats in and gets the foul called on Chang. I think Keene knows he had a possible 3-point play if he made that layup. Nevertheless, he will go to the line and has a chance now to see the ball go through the hoop, which is what you need just to get that confidence going. So both free throws good. Keene on track, and now 24-21 Taiwan Beer. 3-point advantage. Back outside, and drilling it from downtown was Chang. 3-pointer. So some interesting movement on that one. Still don't know what the deal is with Barkley. He went down and didn't get back up. He's gone out of the game. Meanwhile, another foul this time has been called on Su Bo Chan. On Bular. Bular's a foul magnet. He's so big, you see a lot of people fouling. And reaching up, Huang Zhen of the national team, preventing the inbounds pass. Keene has it, Bular. Creighton, into the corner it goes. Creighton missed, or no, Lou missed, excuse me. Now the pass to Zaitsev, he just turns, calmly goes up with the left hand and scores with the layup. Bular looks rather labored as he gets back up the floor. Conditioning obviously a huge part of basketball, maybe something he has to work on. Here we go, pass out to the corner. Now Keene has it, kind of dances his way to the edge of the paint and has the ball. He turns it over. Now driving all the way and missing was Huang Zhen, and it gives Creighton a chance. He gives it to Sim Bular, who gets it back to Lou, Lou, and again tries to get it to Sim Bular, perhaps being a little too unselfish. 29-21, Taiwan Beer on top of Yulon. Yulon winning game one, 88-83. It was Taiwan Beer that had the better regular season, finished top of the standings. And then Yulon, the surprise finalist after sweeping their semifinal series. And here they are, Yulon trailing by 8 points. Zaitsev, a little bit of foul trouble, back in the game. He's got it, he passes it. Huang has his attempt batted away. Keen goes in, doesn't follow through well. Now Huang Jin sharing the basketball. Huang. 3.5 minutes into the second quarter. And Huang buries it from downtown. Biggest lead of the game now for Taiwan Beer, 32-21. And Zaitsev, despite the fouls, able to come in, play with some control, and go up and score. Remember, no fans allowed. There are some journalists here that are recording events. No fans allowed because of the coronavirus pandemic and the need to have health security for everybody until we get on top of this virus that has really almost brought the world to a standstill. Thankfully, it gives us hope to see these teams come out and play basketball game, and it would really, well, I'm kind of hoping it goes 7 games. I think that's what we need. To have basketball on all the time. You see Sim Bullard coming back out. And we got Taiwan Beer as well, who have definitely had the brighter start. Lee T.E., the coach, hoping his team can rekindle some of the good play from their opening game win. Meanwhile, Cho Jun-san has to like how his team has responded after falling in that opening game. And you do wonder if Yulon, if they could get Keen going, what type of difference that would make. And he steps into a three-pointer. Well, the good ones, they might struggle, but they're not going to stay down for long. And he comes out and cuts that deficit back to 32-24 now. Just over 3 minutes into the second quarter. Launching it this time from a long way out was Huang Han, and Keen hustles down. And this is a short jumper. Zaitsev, meanwhile, able to get the rebound. And traveling is the call on Cho. Looked a little reluctant to shoot the basketball, Cho. And we got another timeout on the floor. 32-24, Taiwan Beer on top. Well, 32-24 is the lead here for Taiwan Beer. They've done a lot of good work in this first half, but they know that Yulon want to come out. Not going to give up. They're going to dig in. And the best thing to do when you get on top of a team, as Taiwan Beer are right now, is to go ahead and try to blow this thing wide open. So perhaps a good timeout called by Cho, the coach. And it's Keane. We saw him hit a three-pointer recently. He did not, however, score on his last jumper. But how about that? Once again, Sim Bular just says, I'm taking over. He turns and he dunks it with two hands. He likes going up with the two-handed variety. Two dunk attempts and two dunks for Bular. Huang, little interplay, and maybe a little too unselfish there as Cho turns it over again. Barkley comes back into the game. And here comes Keane. Now we've seen Keane warm up a little bit, and we've also seen Bular, and now Bular, you see, has a sizable advantage, but he's going to pass it back outside to Keane. He steps into another three-pointer. And just like that, we've got a three-point game. Barkley passes back. All the good work coming undone here as Yulon really getting to grips with the game. Now from the right, Taiwan Bear miss, and big Sim Bular with the rebound. Keane again dribbles behind his back. I'll tell you, he just looks so good from three-point range. If I were him, I would just stay out there. Here's Bular. Oh, nice pass from Sim Bular, draws a double team, hands it off, and now the run from Yulon has cut the deficit to just 1 point. Midway through this second quarter. Kentrell Barkley back in the game. Maybe he's going to get involved. And the pass over to Huang, Seung Hong. Now Su has it, back to Barkley. Shot clock down to 6. Barkley has it for 3. Short, but Chang with the rebound. Chang hands it off. Another 3. This time it's good. The three-pointer from the right from number 27, Huang. Quickly to the other end, however, is Keane. Failing to get back on defense proves costly for Taiwan Beer. They go a little bit flat. Now Keane, or Barkley rather, puts it on the deck, and his pass intercepted. Yulon can tie it or take the lead. Keane gets to the rim easily, but misses the shot. He is fouled, however, by Huang. So 2 free throws. 2 free throws coming for the Yulon point guard. Bends the knees, puts it up, and this time drills the first free throw. And gets it to go, so much better for Marcus Keane. And we've got a tie game. No lead is safe, it appears, in this one. Played his college basketball at Central Michigan. Here's Chang right at the line. Oh, he's just such a steady performer, isn't he? When he senses his team needs a basket, he just goes out and provides time and time again. And now another foul has been called down low on Taiwan Beer. And this one is on Su Bo Chan. So Sim Bular, who had struggled, had missed a couple of free throws, now goes to the line and makes this one. Sometimes it just takes a little bit of time to settle. And he looked good on both of those. spin, the turn, and the miss, and Bular, no contest as he brings it down, and now Yulon can take the lead. It's going to be Keen. He drives in, no call, and now responding is Chang for Taiwan Beer, pulls up for the little jumper, short, but Barkley takes on Bular and goes right at the big fella. Nixon Bular must have been surprised that Barkley went straight at him. And Barkley, fearless, goes at him hard and then goes over to the bench. Well, fascinating encounter here as you both coaches trying to draw up some plays. We talked a lot about Barkley, but Keen, interestingly, back in the 2016-2017 season, when he was a redshirt junior at Central Michigan, averaged 30 points per game, which led all scorers in NCAA Division I, which is pretty incredible. I mean, this guy is a scoring machine. So, you know, when you've got a player like him out there, he has got the potential to really bring you back. He's actually born in Germany, but he is an American, and also went to high school in San Antonio, went to Earl Warren. Also spent a couple of seasons before that great year at Central Michigan, played at Youngstown State. Creighton drives in, banks it in. Jin Hao shows you how it's done, also known as Douglas Creighton. And ties it up at 39. Wang hands it off to Chang. And now reaching a foul called on Keen. Wasn't too keen on that call. More substitutions coming in as Subo goes out. Subo Chan. 2:15 remaining. And a humdinger of a game two. Wang for three. Rebounding to this, Lin pushes it up quickly. And Creighton wide open, and Yulon have reclaimed the advantage. So Jin Hao, AKA Doug Creighton, makes the pass, and Yulon. Who won game one, 88-83, have now come back to take the lead. Chang, meanwhile, wow, you run out of things to say about this young man. Puts Taiwan Beer right back in front with the triple. Bular, we're going to see his third dunk. He has the double team, so he passes out of it. And right on the baseline, coming back and getting the 2 points back is Hu Kai Xiang. So Yulon back in front, 1:15 to go. Barkley gets it to Wang. Now Wang into the corner, gets it back. Chang with the shot clock winding down. Barkley has it. Barkley, a little soft runner. Well, that was a tough finish, wasn't it? You saw the shot clock. It was go time for Barkley. Kentrell Barkley. Good penetration, and then the pass goes back to who scores again. 45-44, Yulon trailed by as many as 11 points, but they have come back to take the lead. Barkley drifts into the paint, and as he goes up, he is fouled, so free throws coming for the pride of Durham, North Carolina, Kentrell Barkley. reach. I believe it's called on Keen. So I would expect if Barkley makes these 2 free throws to Yulon to try to hold on for that last shot. Barkley bends the knees, looks up at the rim, and comes up short. He's got another one. Barkley takes his time, and this time makes it to tie it up at 45 apiece. So Keen, very deliberate, just brings it up slowly. Got to make sure he gets it across midcourt in time, and he does, and now he's going to hold on. What are we going to see, a little penetration, a dish? Or is he just going to launch a 3? Nope, he's going to drive in, he's going to pass it back outside. Creighton launches it. How about that right at the end of the half? And Yulon strike with a 3-pointer. Jin Hao, a.k.a. Doug Creighton, buries the 3-pointer. And that has got to be a deflating sequence for Taiwan Beer, who had the 11-point lead. And you got to know that sharpshooter right there can kill you every time he's on the court. And he was able to get open and able to bury it from a long way out. So the man with the faded pink headband walks off the court, and as you see Coach Lee T.E. go over to share his expertise here with the Chinese Taipei commentary.
其实就是球员很想赢这场球嘛，所以大家打得比较积极，有时候判断的时候就做得比较不好，所以那就只要我们可以把判断做得再清楚一点，那我们应该会比较好一点。
对，那下半场基本上现在看起来，在台啤这边有小安有非常好的一个发挥。那么在塞瑟夫身上背了3犯，这2个点教练怎么看？下半场会不会来做运用？
我们就正常打，我们不会去刻意的说要制造谁犯规，这样反而我们的打球会比较呆滞一点。我们就是正常打，他正常不会，就像他一开始守他也会犯规，对不对？
好，或者就有要问的吗？好，没有。那这时候请观众朋友稍微休息一下，马上回来。
Well, folks, we are at halftime of the SBL Finals Game 2, and it's Yulon who have trailed by as many as 11 points, coming back to take the lead and going to the changing room on top by 3 points after a 3-pointer that was made by number 21, Jin Hao, or Douglas Creighton. Some positives to build on, certainly if you're Taiwan Beer, but you also have to be wringing your hands thinking, how in the world did we have such a bad close to the first half? We were up by 11 points, and they just were not able to step on the accelerator. Instead, it was their opponents, Yulon, who won that opening game 88-83, battling their way back to take the lead. Now remember, I've talked about some of this stuff before. Yulon winning the first 3 SBL titles, and then Taiwan Beer came out and won in years 4 and 5. So we've got a couple of iconic clubs here in Chinese Taipei trading blows in New Taipei City here in the SBL Finals. Taiwan Beer finishing the regular season with the better record and storming into the finals. And Yulon, who finished 3rd during the regular season, won their semifinal and also advanced. So anybody's game, but all the momentum right now is with Yulon in this best of 7 series of the SBL Finals. So 48-45, and all those points suggest maybe the defense hasn't been what it's needed to be really for either of these two teams today. So 12 points for Marcus Keene, 7 for Chin Hao, including those last 3, or Doug Creighton, if you will. 4 points have been scored by Sim Bular, both wondering maybe if they did not count one of those dunks because he had a couple of free throws as well, so they must not have. Six points for Hu, and you see the shooting numbers for both of these teams: 60% inside the arc for Taiwan Beer, 42.9% from deep, and 60% from the line. Well, one of the keys for Taiwan Beer, I think, is how suddenly are you going to be able to contend with the presence of Sim Bular. I'm guessing that he is going to start the second half on the bench, but we shall see. Maybe he will come back out. It looked like they were figuring out how to attack while he was out there. And you can see the local TV crew just really excited. I think, first of all, to see that great comeback from Yulon, who were trailing by 11 points, and to be able to battle back and take the lead by halftime, up by 3 points. Here you see Jing Hao on the left, the picture. As they hype these finals, he had that three-pointer right at the end of the first half. And Coach Cho Jun Sam on the right. So again, these are the SBL finals here in Chinese Taipei. SBL standing for Super Basketball League. And the action has been super, certainly, in that first half. 48-45, Yulon on top of Taiwan Beer. So we'll take a break in the commentary just for a few minutes, and we'll come right back before the start of the second half. 48-45, it's Yulon on top of Taiwan Beer, having trailed by as many as 11 points in that first half here of this game 2 of the SBL Finals in Chinese Taipei. Yulon battled back and got a three-pointer from Chen Hao, or otherwise known as Douglas Creighton, right at the buzzer to put Yulon on top by 3 points at halftime. Yulon winning the game 1, 88-83. So they will have a firm grip on this series if they can get a win today. Now leading the way for Yulon Express, Marcus Keene had a slow start, but now he's got a team high 12 points, 10 points for Chen Hao, Doug Creighton, 6 for Sim Bular, so he does have the 2 dunks and the 2 free throws. Also scoring 8 points is Lu Chen Yu, and Hu Kai Xiang has 6 points. For Taiwan Beer, well, it's a 2-man show. It's Kentrell Barkley, who has 12 points, and Chang Wu-an, the national team guard, who has a game-high 16 points. There's Chang with the game-high 16 points. And Igor Zaitsev has 6 points. So Lee T.E. was in good mood at halftime. Whatever spoke to the local TV crew. Hey, welcome back, folks, here to New Taipei City. It's game 2 of the SBL Finals, the best of 7 finals. And the team in green, Taipei Beer, starting off with possession here, down 3 points against Yulon. And getting that rebound is Lu, who had 8 points in the first half. And Sim Bular does, in fact, start here in the second half. He's going to be guarded by Zaitsev. He turns to his right, and he is fouled. And a little bit of trash talking going on with Sim Bular and Zaitsev. Zaitsev taking exception to the words from Bular. Bular not liking the contact, although that's part and parcel of being the big man. You got to be able to take the contact. Bular hit a couple of free throws in the first half. In that second quarter, now he misses his 3rd free throw for the game. Oh, I see. Bular did not like it when Zaitsev grabbed his jersey. And Bular this time bricked both free throws. And Barkley hands it off to Chang. Chang back to Barkley. Kentrell Barkley. The dump, and Zaitsev with an easy one. Nice penetration. So Yulon, their lead now just 1 point. Lin dribbling up high. Hands it off to Keene. Shot clock down to 9. Lin for 3 from the wing, and he hits it. Well, what a weapon he is. And he takes the lead now up to 4 points, their biggest of the game. Chang fakes, hands off to Zaitsev, and he throws it down. Keene steps up and hits another 3-pointer. 15 for him now. It took him about a quarter to warm up, but now that he's warm, Keen is starting to look hot. Barkley gets it to Zaitsev, gets it out to the wing, back to Zaitsev, over to Barkley, shot clock down to 5. Zaitsev gets it again, hands it off just in time, and the basket is good from the baseline for Taiwan Beer. Now the dump, the quick shot by Lin. So the defense falling asleep a little bit, and Liu collects the assist. Huang goes to behind his back now. Look for some room. Over to Zaitsev. Goes right at Simbular and scores. Zaitsev letting his play do the talking. And cuts that deficit back to 3 points. 3 minutes here into the third quarter. Game 2 of the SBO Finals here in Chinese Taipei. Keen. He's got 15 now, ring up another 3, it's 18. And that's a game high. And for Marcus Keen. Zaitsev tries to set the pick, Huang, well, players back off of him and he missed an easy one. Liu drives in. And Lin with the offensive rebound. Might have been able to get a foul if he'd gone back up, but he decided to bring it back out. Shot clock winding down. And this time, a reach. And I thought the foul was on Chang. But this would be a nightmare scenario for Taiwan Beer to lose after leading by double digits in the first half. If they lose, they fall into an 0-2 hole. And all the momentum, all of it, would be with Yulon. Right now, they've got the wind in their sails after the comeback. Can Taiwan Beer now strike back? Barkley. Can throw. Barkley misses. Simbular hands it off after the rebound. Three-point attempt. Simbular with the rebound. He goes up. Has it knocked out of his hands by Huang, but a foul was called. So Simbular will go to the line. He's got to make these free throws to really make it count. Catch into these opportunities. Well, there was a lot of ball there by Huang. That's what he was saying, but the foul was called. And perhaps the basketball gods deciding he shouldn't be there. He misses the first. Now he does make the second. Seven points the lead. Taiwan Beer in trouble. They need some inspiration from somebody. Who's going to provide it? Well, it's going to be right at the free throw line. Cutting it back to a 5-point deficit. Now another three, and that three is good as well. Taiwan Beer taking the time. And from the baseline short, Chang, but he gets it back. Zaitsev into the paint, gets it back. Nowhere to go, hemmed in on the baseline. Barkley reaches in, the ball batted out of bounds with less than a second remaining. And they just look a little lost offensively. Taiwan Beer not really knowing what they want to be doing out there. Both teams retreat to the benches, and it's back to the drawing board for Cho Jun-sai. They looked pretty good for a while for Taiwan Beer, but now they look like they're out of sync and looking for some answers. So they go down to their coach, and Cho Jun-san tries to provide the answers. Well, Coach Lee T.E. knows he can't sit back, and his team can't sit back and rest on their laurels. They've got a lot of work to do. They have definitely been the better team, though, in the last 12 minutes of this game. Zaitsev got a good call, a good shot. I'm not sure if the rule was he did not get the shot off in time or not, but right now this Taiwan beer team is reeling, and it's not a good sign seeing Marcus Keene with the basketball in his hands if you're Taiwan beer, because he is as hot as a firecracker. Now Chang does a great job of stepping in this time and drawing the charge, drawing the offensive foul by Lin. Barkley goes to the baseline now, pops out on the wing, hands it off to Zaitsev. Back outside it goes, and the three-point shot is good from Huang Hong Han. Just like he does for Chinese Taipei in international competition, he comes out and he hits a very big three-pointer. Zaitsev determined not to let Sim Bullard turn, but Sim Bullard did turn, then he missed a shot. However, his teammate was able to get the rebound back. So a missed opportunity for Taiwan beer. This time Barkley challenges, and Sim Bullard grabs the offensive rebound and scores with the putback. Three-point shot is good. Another one for Taiwan beer and another one for Huang. Well, you don't want to trade baskets, but it certainly bodes well that Huang now is getting hot. Three-point shot, off target, and Barkley gets the rebound, goes behind his back, crosses midcourt, off to Zaitsev. Oh, Zaitsev had an easy left-hander, but he threw it off the backboard and missed. Now Keene with a beautiful pass. And Liu can't get it to drop. Liu Chenju. And now Chang holds his head as he walks up the court, and it's like he got, I don't know if he's lost a contact possibly. He's looking on the ground for it. Well, he may have an extra one he can go put in. So it looked like it was Keene that kind of made contact with him. He's been able to put it back in, and he's wondering maybe if the contact is stuck to his clothing. Well, if you lose the contact, it stands to reason this could be harder to find because you won't be able to see as well. But I'm guessing he's going to sit down just for a second here, and then he'll come back into the game. He may have to pull out the old goggles. Watch, here it is. Oh, not only did he get some contact, he got it looked like an elbow from Keane, not intentionally. Now the dump and the pass and the shot. Another one from number 89 right at the line. Lou puts it on the deck. His team now leading by just 2 points. And a good swat down on the baseline. Zaitsev has it. Barkley goes in, takes the contact, and earns a trip to the line. Fouled by Lou. Well, that gets it back to a 1-point game. And Barkley knots it up at 65. So suddenly the sense of urgency is there, and you can see it in their play. Keane, meanwhile, misses, and Zaitsev trying to keep Simbular on his back, hustles down the floor. Now he waits at the line, tries to post up. He gets it. And Simbular with the foul. Well, it was looking pretty grim there for a while, down to 8 points, but here's Taiwan Beer. They've tied it, and now have a chance to take the lead. Free throws, oh so important. And Zaitsev does make the second. Former star in the Basketball Champions League as well, Igor Zaitsev. In Europe, now playing in Asia. Simbular back out to the perimeter. Ching Hao back in the game. Now Lin goes up and misses, and there a strong rebound by Huang. Huang shakes and bakes, gets in. Oh, it gets rejected by Simbular. That was not smart. And now driving in, missing was Yulon. They had Marcus Keane there for the follow, and he missed. Final 40 seconds of the third quarter. Taiwan Beer leading it by 1. Oh, what a bounce pass by Keane. Oh, beautiful play. Reverse layup by Lin, who's been very good in this third quarter. And he puts Yulon back in front. Huang again left open. Barkley was there for the putback and missed it. Keane with plenty of time pulls up from the next count. He misses. Now Huang attempts his shot and misses. So at the end of 3 quarters, it's Yulon on top, 67-66 in Game 2 of the SBL Finals. 10 thrilling, 10 riveting minutes await us here in New Taipei City in Game 2 of the SBL Finals. It is leading by 1 point, Yulon over Taiwan Beer, the team they beat in Game 1, 88-83. So Yulon really trying to grab a stranglehold on this series to go up 2-0. And if somehow, some way, Taiwan Beer are able to come back after blowing an 11-point first half lead, that will certainly be a boost in their confidence. Sim Bular, since coming into the game, has stayed in the game. And I'm guessing he's going to remain in the game. Looked like he was laboring quite a bit in the first half, but he's gotten back into it. Interesting also how Jin Hao, aka Douglas Creighton, seems to be the man for the big occasion, but he doesn't play as much maybe as you might expect. But certainly he picks his spots and comes up with some big plays. He's going to be in the game when this fourth quarter starts, as is Liu, number 72. And we also saw some great play by number 89, Chen Chao Hao of Taiwan Beer, who was critical in their comeback, hitting a couple of free throws. Excuse me, hitting a couple of jump shots from the free throw line. Lin gets it to Simbular, guarded by Zaitsev. Simbular, and now they launch it from the corner, and it's the guess who? Jing Hao, Doug Creighton. He shows the three fingers to the crowd, or to the journalists. Crowd not allowed into the arena here today because of the coronavirus pandemic and safety measures. Here he is, Chin, once again. Wow, he's been big since coming into the game. Chin Chao Hao. Two points the lead for Yulon. Simbular over to Lin. Plenty of attention and good rebound for Taiwan Beer. Now Chang, who's been quiet offensively in this second half. Chin this time misses. Well, he had the hot hand, but he was a little bit further out that time. Shot clock winding down, and Chang clangs it off the back of the iron. Now the three-point attempt, and Yulon not able to stretch their lead, but they will maintain possession. With 8.5 minutes remaining in this critical Game 2 of the SBL Finals, especially for Taiwan Beer, who simply do not want to fall behind 2-0 in this series. And gets on the baseline, turns it back out, passes out to the perimeter, driving in, the ball handed off to Lin, and it's going to be a backcourt violation. He's going to go over and back, trying to pick up the loose ball. So not a good trip down the floor. Taiwan Beer now with a chance to go back in front. Liu, meanwhile, is going to come back into the game for Lin. I think we might see Lin again. Wong goes baseline. Now he pops out to the wing. But it's going to be Zaitsev, and he's going to miss badly from the free throw line. from downtown. And Bular fouls Zaitsev. He was boxed out, going for the rebound. And Coach Jun San calling the plays there with 7:44 remaining in the contest. The way this thing has gone, I would not be surprised if we had a chance to go to overtime. These two teams have been pretty close all game long. Zaitsev has it. It's inside, misses. Rebound Chang. Keane getting a breather right now, then Chang loses control. Zaitsev, no, it's going to be Chen who picks it up with the shot clock winding down. Down the open floor. Jing Hao. Back to Bular. And he gets it to the point guard, Liu. Who just goes down unmolested, uncontested, and lays it up and in. The advantage goes back to 4 points. Chang gets it from Huang. Now Chang saw Bular right in front of him, tried to pass, he turned it over. Liu, meanwhile, goes down and gets the foul called on Huang. So, again, the drive by Liu. We've seen Sim Bular block a couple of shots, and we've also seen him alter a couple of shots and force the offense to make decisions, make bad decisions. Zaitsev goes out of the game. Cho Po Chun comes in. And Liu with a chance to take it up to a 5-point lead. Misses with his first attempt at the line after this foul. Now he's going to take another one. And the second one is good. Now into the corner, and the penetration, Huang puts it up, misses, follows up the miss, gets it back, passes out to Chang for three, off the back of the iron, Barkley gets in there, Kentrell Barkley challenges, but it's Ching Hao, Doug Creighton that comes up for the rebound. Now the bounce pass, oh, what a play from Yulon! And they go back on top by 7 points. Liu has been sensational since coming into the game. Cool, calm, and collected, making the plays he needs to make, whether it's driving down the lane or taking the feed. Look at this. What a bounce pass. So 75-68 timeout. Well, you never know who's going to step up to be counted, and when the game was on the line, Liu, number 72, Liu Chi-er, has come in and delivered big time for Yulon. And taking that lead up to 75-68, and Cho Jun San says, why didn't I have that man in the national team when I was playing? I could have used that. Here he is. And Barkley takes on Sim Bular. And Sim Bular has definitely made an impact on this game. With really, especially really now in the second half, his presence on defense. Well, the coronavirus pandemic worldwide, obviously, which is why we call it the pandemic, has brought a temporary halt to much of the basketball. But here in Chinese Taipei, the players, the finals of the SBL underway. Fans not here to watch because they're not allowed to, obviously, for health security reasons. But nevertheless, the necessary precautions have been taken, and the players themselves have been allowed to come out and go at each other. And what is proving to be a very good SBL finals so far for Yulon, LUXGEN. Now the dump down low, a little bit of a mismatch, and all Bular has to do is turn and puts it up and in. A little bit of bother here for Taiwan Beer, trailing by 9 points. Huang from the baseline. Huang misses. The ball saved in bounds, but it goes back to Huang. Huang banks it in. And we are midway through the fourth quarter now. Yulon's lead cut to 7. They've still got Keen to bring back into the game. And I think Lee T.E. would like to leave him out as long as possible for rest, perhaps. Oh, what a finish! What a finish by Huang, and a chance for three-point play. Terrific. One of the plays of the game, he just maintained his concentration as he took the blow from Liu. And I suppose if you're going to fault Liu there, he didn't foul him hard enough to prevent the basket. Watch this again. This is quality stuff right out of the top drawer. Well, it looked like Liu wasn't even trying to foul, he was just trying to knock the ball away. And Huang has a wry smile as he looks over at his compatriot and says, oh, wow. I was going to say this three-point play has got us right back in it, but he misses the free throw. Now Sim Bular. Liu drives in, and Creighton at the right place at the right time. And his little celebratory gesture after taking the lead back to 79-72, 4.5 minutes remaining. Alarm bells now ringing over at the brewery. Taiwan Beer trailing by 7 points, and Igor Zaitsev, the Ukrainian. Bular passes over to Creighton. Ching Hao off the back of the iron. Bular gets the rebound. A new 14. Under 4 minutes to go. Bounce pass to Bular. And the ball goes out of bounds. Good effort there by Chen to get a hand on the basketball. Bular appealing for a foul, but he's not going to get it. So another timeout has been called here by Lee T.E. 79-72. Still some work to do for Yulon, but definitely they would appear to be the team right now that has a great chance to go out and get the win and therefore take a 2-0 lead in this SPL Finals showdown. Well, Symbol are very impactful, really, on both ends. It's clearly his size is an issue for most of the players that he comes up against in this SBL, and he has used it to good effect, especially in the second half and on the defensive end. If he can go out and block shots and rebound, he is going to be a force. Now, this is where he was wanting a foul to be called, but it looked like it was a good no call by the ref. Taiwan Beer fighting against the clock. Here is Chen putting it up, this time missing. Ball batted outside to Huang. Huang gets in, tried to bank it in. And now the clock is very definitely starting to become part of the enemy here for this Taiwan Beer team as Yulon threatened to go up by even more. The pass out to Ching Hao. He recycles it. Now the ball taken away by Huang. On the break, he gets it to Chen. Oh, strong finish by Chen. Chen Chao Hao shows you how it's done. Big number 89. Simbular finally gets to go sit down. Keen back into the contest. Coach Lee, TE, going smaller as he tries to go ahead and seal the victory. Keen, rested, refreshed, dumps it, and the foul will put Cho Po Chin on the free throw line. So takes his time and makes the first. Free throws so important, especially they're magnified at this time of the game. Cho only makes one of two. Well, if Taiwan Beer can get somebody to knock down a three-pointer, it'll be a three-point game. It'll be a one-possession game. Will it go? Zaitsev with the offensive rebound and putback. Well, they'll settle for that. So back to a 4-point game. And now the foul out on the perimeter called on Huang Honghan. So Huang Sung-han, who just missed a three-pointer, goes out of the game. Keen puts it up just inside the arc and hits another jump shot. Takes it back up to a 6-point lead. Chang back in the game, having caught his breath. Huang steps back for three, rims out. And explosive up the floor was Keen. The miss, but the putback by Cho, and he is fouled, so he will go back to the line. Cho frustrated with himself, knowing he could have had this follow off the Cheng Hao miss. And it would have been a three-point play opportunity. But instead, he gets a couple of free throws. We just saw him go 1 for 2 at the line here with 1:43 remaining. Chen Chao goes out. Chao Hao, rather. And Cho Po Chen puts his first attempt off the front of the rim. And this is the second as well. Zaitsev with the rebound. How costly will those misses be? Chang. He had the hot hand in the first half. He's going to put it up now and just cannot get it to drop. Now Liu with a very strong rebound. Takes it away from his fellow national team player. Definitely the offense has dried up somewhat for this Taiwan beer team. Keen, meanwhile, drives in and has a chance for a three-point play, and it's looking more and more like this is going to be a 2-0 series lead for Yulon. Look at the spin. He let them all in the spin cycle, didn't he? Well, one last roll of the dice here for Coach Cho Jun-san with the timeout, and his team trailing 85-76 against Yulon. Well, desperation time here for Cho Jun-san, drawing up a couple of plays, trying to get his team some points. And they have really struggled to put the ball in the basket here. Had 45 points at halftime, but Chang had 16 of those. But since that point, they have really struggled for offense. They were able to battle back from an 8-point deficit to tie it, but once again, they've fallen farther behind, trailing now by 9 points with 1:10 remaining in the game. Chang to Zaitsev, turns, gets inside, lays it up and in. It was a quick basket, so that'll help. Now Keen has it in the backcourt, brings it across and is fouled from behind by Huang Tsong Han. So Keen will go back to the line. Well, missed free throws, 3 now in a row for Yulon, leaving the door open. He makes the second, however, and takes it up to an 8-point lead with just under a minute remaining. Barkley comes back into the contest. Zaitsev goes out. Three-point attempt from Huang is good. Where there's hope, there's life, and they've got hope after that three from Huang. Could be set for a thrilling finish here, folks. Don't go away. Keen passes up to Liu, gets it back. Now Keen has it, and wanting to take some time off the clock, holds on to it. Huang guarding him. Goes between his legs to get away. Shot clock winding down. Takes a very difficult shot. Oh, and he makes it. And then he brings out the gun show. Look at that. Boy, that was big time from Keen. Now Chang from three-point range, front and back of the rim, stays out. Taiwan Beer chase it. And Liu is fouled after grabbing the rebound. And for a moment there, it looked like the comeback might be on. But then Keen took matters into his own hands as he took about 20 seconds off the clock before he decided to go and made a very difficult shot to stretch the lead. Here it is again. Look at this. A little hesitation, then goes off the right foot. And then he breaks out the gun show. (88-81). And Keen, remember, was able to sit down for a long stretch here in the fourth quarter with Liu coming out and playing exceptionally well at point guard. But now he's out and effectively finishing off Taiwan Beer in this game too. Liu, meanwhile, goes to the line and makes the first. And misses the second. Oh, what a spin. Well, he's not going to score, but it was certainly going to be highlight-worthy play if he'd made it. Huang, meanwhile, puts it up right at the end. And again, another attempt, and this time it goes for Huang, but it's too little, too late for Taiwan Beer as Yulon LUXGEN come out, trail by as many as 11 points in the first half, but come back and get an 89-83 win to take a 2-0 lead in the best-of-7 series here in New Taipei City in the SBL Finals. Well, Keen was the man for the big occasion, especially right at the end of the game. Hitting a big shot after big shot was Keen. And just looking to see if I could get you some final numbers. Well, we'll just settle for the final 89-83, game 2, and Qing Hao
把握，因为我们知道基恩切进去会吸引到防守，那我们只要在外面找个位置空档，投进他们就很累，对吧？
那你怎么看目前为止？因为台湾啤酒先带了1胜，但是你们现在2连胜，整个气势是非常好的。是今天布拉李正如是有被守住的情况，你怎么看你们怎么样调配得分点这个部分？
我觉得大家都要平常心，就是一场一场来，不要想他们领先1场，然后我们现在变成我们2-1，那我们就是一场一场来，然后做好防守，我相信我们进攻会越来越顺。
好，那寇局兄，你有什么要问的吗？
没有，我只在想。
Well, folks, we appreciate you joining us here for Game 2 of the SBL Finals. Yulon winning it 89-83 over Taiwan Beer to take a 2-0 lead, 2-0 lead in the best-of-7 series. Resumes tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel. It'll be tipping off. So be sure that you're here to watch us again and see if Yulon can take an unassailable grip, 3-0 grip, or if Taiwan Beer will come back, learn some lessons from today's game, and get a win. Once again, Yulon win it 89-83 over Taiwan Beer in the SBL Finals. Thanks for joining us.